Good afternoon. I am Nicole Holt, Director of School Operations at the University, and I would like to warmly welcome you all to this University of Salford Graduation ceremony. I would also like to thank the University of Salford Graduation Band. I'm sure you'll agree that their performance has really got our ceremony off to a great start, and therefore may I ask you to join me in showing your appreciation for our amazing musicians. Graduands, your relationship with the university does not end when you graduate. In fact, it is only just beginning. You are now a member of a global alumni community of over 175,000 graduates. We would love to keep in touch with you and ensure you're kept up to date on the latest benefits and services available to you as a member of our alumni network. Look out for an email from our alumni engagement team over the next couple of days, inviting you to download a free clip of you crossing the stage today. May I ask if you would all kindly ensure that your mobile phones are switched off for the duration of the proceedings, and the ceremony will now begin. For those of you who are able, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
I declare this ceremony open to confer an honorary award and present awards of the University of Salford. Please be seated.
Graduands and distinguished guests, please welcome Professor Sheila Pankhurst, Dean of the School of Environment and Life Sciences.
Good afternoon. A very warm welcome to all graduands, to your families, friends, partners, supporters, to distinguished guests, my academic colleagues here today, and many, many congratulations to you. Wow, you made it. You got that last assignment in, you passed that difficult exam, you identified that really strange organism under the microscope, you survived that field trip when the rain just didn't stop, and you mastered that tricky practical technique. And along the way, you made friends, You learned a great deal, well, I hope you learned a great deal, and most importantly, you grew as a person. All of you here today have achieved a significant milestone in your lives. I am immensely proud of all of you and your determination, the hard work, the sheer ability and excellence in so many areas. I want to take this opportunity just to highlight to you the value and the importance of the awards you're about to receive today. Any academic award is a partnership between you, the students, and the academics who support and guide you along the way. And the value of a degree depends in equal measure on your hard work and on our knowledge and commitment to offer you the best courses we possibly can. But the relevance and the excellence of our degree programmes in the School of Environment and Life Sciences is evidenced by our very high level of course accreditation by external professional bodies, the Royal Society of Biology, the Royal Geographical Society, the Institute for Biomedical Science, among others. This recognition by these august national professional bodies really matters. It means that the awards you will shortly be receiving and celebrating have real currency and value out there in the world of employment. And accreditation of our degrees is a badge of quality that we're very proud of. We're also proud of our research, and this year the school has received its highest ever total of external research funding, so grants and awards, and that's in recognition of world-leading status of our research in translational medicine, in parasitology, in sustainable development, in molecular biology, in water quality, the impact of radiation on wildlife, and in many other important areas. And this is a tremendous tribute to the excellence of our researchers. And of course, our researchers are your lecturers and tutors and professors. Today, in many ways, is only the start of your journey. I'm sure you'll go on to successful careers in geography and chemistry and environmental management, zoology, wildlife conservation, biomedical science, and many other areas of the life sciences, as so many Salford graduates have done before you. So on behalf of all of my colleagues here in the School of Environment and Life Sciences, congratulations once again. I wish you all the very best for whatever the future holds. And go out there and celebrate, but use your skills and knowledge and do your best to change the world. Whilst it's been an exciting year for our school, it's also been a year of very significant achievement for our university as a whole. And as such, I am very proud to introduce our presiding officer for this ceremony, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Richard Stevenson.
Lord Bradley, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and graduands of 2019. As Deputy Vice-Chancellor of this prestigious university, I am delighted to welcome each and every one of you to today's graduation ceremony. We're here today to congratulate you, our soon-to-be next generation of graduates, to wish you well and to tell you how proud we are of you as you embark on the next chapter of your Salford story. And today marks the culmination of years of hard work for you. And recognising your success is quite rightly the highlight of this university calendar. It is a pleasure, a privilege and an honour for me to share this day with you. And may I also extend a very warm welcome to your supporters, family and friends. And I'm also delighted to welcome the Right Honourable Hazel Blears, who joins us today as she receives an honorary degree. Hazel was born and raised in Salford and is a passionate advocate for the city and its people. She has campaigned throughout her life for a fair deal for working people and for recognition of the skills and talents of Salfordians. It is in recognition of her outstanding career achievements that Hazel receives her award today. And so I hope that everyone here will take away some very special memories of this very special day. Your university journey will have been a pivotal moment in your life. Alongside your specific studies, you will have further shaped your views of the world learnt more about yourself, and created memories and friends that will be with you forever. You have developed intellectually, personally, and socially. And whether you're now moving on to further studies, new employment, or just taking the time to reflect on those opportunities now afforded you, you can be confident that you are ready to succeed in whatever you choose to do. You've done more than study for a degree. The passion, drive and determination that you've shown on your journey to date are all qualities that will serve you well in the future. We are proud of you, as you should be proud of yourselves. And I also hope that you will feel proud of this, your university too. Whilst we're here today to celebrate your success, the time that you have been studying with us has also been a period of many achievements for this university. You've already heard from your Dean about some of the exciting developments in your school, but across the university, this year we are seeing growing cohorts of apprenticeship students graduating as the university rises to the challenge of providing different ways of learning for the diverse skills economy that exists today. The university started with just 2 apprenticeship programmes in chartered surveying back in 2016. Since then, we have grown to over 400 apprentices, studying across a portfolio of 11 programmes delivered in partnership with over 100 employers, covering health, the digital sector, engineering, business, construction, and biomedical science. And across our university, there are many areas of world-leading research, innovation, and teaching. This year, we were awarded a grant from the Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council to lead a consortium of university partners to set up a centre for doctoral training in prosthetics and orthotics. Our partners include Imperial College London, the University of Strathclyde, the University of Southampton, and 27 industry and clinical partners. Together we will receive over £16 million across the next 8 years, and we will train more than 60 individuals to doctoral level to address the significant global health challenges facing society. This is the first funded centre for doctoral training here at Salford, and this success is testament to the growing status of our researchers and our rising reputation among the research community and our industry partners. And our students and alumni have also been doing this university proud. 25 of our fashion students showcased their collections at the New York Fashion Week. 2 of our law students represented the UK at the Commonwealth Legal Association Moot in Zambia. And 14 of our graduates and honorary graduates were named in the Queen's Honours List. And these are just a few of the examples of the many things we achieve together. All of this combined success is not going unnoticed. We are now the fastest growing university in the Northwest, and we are the 5th fastest growing university in the country. More students than ever are applying to join us with the aspiration to one day sit where you sit today. And today is about you, our students from the School of Environment and Life Sciences, who are graduating this year and celebrating your journey with us. But it's also about the people who have helped you on your journey to receiving your award today. Our staff alongside me have guided you during your university career, helping you realise and recognise your potential. Your supporters, families and friends have also encouraged you along the way, offering emotional, practical and probably financial support. And I think this support deserves recognition. So graduates, could I ask you please just to stand? And would you please give a round of applause for all those people here and elsewhere who have helped, inspired and encouraged your journey. They need more recognition than that. Thank you. And so, In a moment, you'll pass across this stage. I know that some of you might be very worried about that. Just take your time, enjoy it. It is your moment. And I suspect you've done things like this all of your life. And also, this is the Lowry Theatre, a beautiful theatre. It is built to withstand huge applause. So throughout this ceremony, please make some noise. And then this part of your Salford journey will end. But a new one begins. From today, you become alumni of this great university, joining a community of over 175,000 Salford graduates across the globe. Remember, this university is your university. Our successes are your successes, just as yours are ours. Keep in touch. Let us know how you're doing, how we might help you, and how you might help us. So finally, I invite you to reflect on your abilities and social obligations as graduates and ambassadors of this fine university. I urge you to work for the benefit of others. Be a catalyst for positive change in whatever community you choose to live and work. Seize the opportunities that life gives you. Cherish the memories you have made here at Salford, and use the skills and the knowledge you have gained to be the very best that you can be. Be proud of what you've achieved. Be bold in your aspirations. The future is now yours to make. And so, as we like to say at Salford, go out there, become unstoppable. Congratulations and enjoy your day.
I now invite the Right Honourable Hazel Blaze to be presented for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, graduands, guests, I'm delighted to introduce our honorary graduate today, the Right Honourable Hazel Blaze. Hazel's long been a friend of the University of Salford, and she's been a devoted servant of the city of Salford through her work, politics, engagement with charitable organisations for the best part of 40 years. And that is why we are recognising her many achievements today. Hazel was born in Salford. She was raised here. She went to school here. She's Salford through and through. So much so that when she was a small girl, she appeared as an extra in a film, A Taste of Honey. It was a gritty northern 1960s kitchen sink drama set in Salford. She did briefly leave Salford to study law at what is now Nottingham Trent University, and then Chester College of Law, and we'll forgive you for that, Hazel. And she was the first in her family to go to university, like many of you, I imagine. She soon returned to the city, though, starting her career as a trainee solicitor for Salford City Council. She later left for private practice before working at other local authorities across Greater Manchester and the North West. But being born in Salford, with a trade unionist father and a passion for local government, it's not really surprising that a career as a Labour politician soon beckoned. In 1984, Hazel stood for election as a local councillor in Salford. She won her seat. She served on the council until 1992. And at the same time, she pursued a route to the House of Commons. She stood first in Tatton, was an unwinnable seat for Labour, in 1987. But following this, she contested Bury South in 1992, and she lost that by just 788 votes. Her perseverance paid off, and in 1997, she was elected as MP for Salford, her home seat. She was one of 120 women elected to Parliament that year, double the number that had been elected at the previous election in 1992, and one of 101 female Labour MPs in a record-breaking year for women in politics. Upon entering Parliament, her talents and potential were soon recognised, and she was elevated from the backbenches with considerable speed. From acting as parliamentary private secretary to various ministers in the early part of her career as an MP, she then became a member and then later deputy head of the Labour Party campaign team, and she was tasked with campaigning across the country in the run-up to the 2001 general election. Now, following the general election, she entered government as the Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Health, and she was responsible for public health. And it was in this job that Hazel launched the 5-a-day campaign to get us all to eat more fruit and vegetables. She later became a Minister of State in the Home Office and also served for a time as chair of the Labour Party. She became a Secretary of State in 2007, taking on responsibility for communities and local government. And when she left the Cabinet in 2009, she continued to represent the people of Salford as their MP, campaigning on local issues from hospital closures to work experience for young people. I hope she won't mind me saying this, but Hazel's political career was not completely without controversy. But she never let this detract from her political values, nor from her love of Salford and her desire to see real change on the issues that impact on people's lives. And there's just one issue that Hazel really stands for and has campaigned on tirelessly for years, in politics and beyond, and that's dementia. During her time in Parliament, and since leaving frontline politics, Hazel has been an ambassador for people living with dementia. It's an issue that's very close to her heart. Her personal experiences of dementia in her family have clearly informed her passion for working in this area over a sustained period of time. She's taken high-profile and very influential roles, such as the chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Dementia, an ambassador for the Alzheimer's Society, an advisor to our own Salford University Institute for Dementia. And it's in her role as advisor to the Salford Institute for Dementia that Hazel has really made a huge contribution to this university. She has an extensive network across charitable organisations, care organisations, local government figures, members of Parliament, national government. She's been a tireless advocate for the Salford Institute for Dementia, and she's worked so hard to forge links regionally with bodies such as Dementia United and Salford Royal NHS Foundation Trust, and nationally with organisations such as Nordoff Robbins and the Alzheimer's Society. But beyond her black book of valuable contacts, it's been her passion, her personal passion, for supporting people living with dementia that should be recognised. She stepped back from her work with the Institute earlier this year, but I know that Hazel's devotion to this cause and her involvement with the university will not stop. She's dedicated her life to public service, both for the betterment of her own community here in Salford and across the nation. She has a personal tenacity and commitment and passion that all those who've worked with her have benefited from. And I've had the privilege of meeting Hazel on a number of occasions, and she's warm and funny and caring and a rather wonderful person. She's a true asset to Salford and to this university. I couldn't be more delighted, therefore, to present for the degree of Doctor of the University the Right Honourable Hazel Blears as a fitting tribute to a lifetime of contribution to our city and our country. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I present for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa, the Right Honourable Hazel Blears.
Hour on, thank you. I'll just give you that. Very proud, very good. That's right, just hang on 1 second. So by the authority vested in me by this university, I admit you the Doctor of the University honoris causa, Hazel Blears.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's a tremendous honour for me to be with you all today. and to, first of all, recognise the amazing achievements of so many of you in this fabulous theatre today. But before I go on to talk about the university and the achievements that you've all made, I just want to say a really, really heartfelt and personal thank you to everyone from the university, because I've done many things in my life, and you know, I've had some achievements and some failures, like we all do. But I can honestly say that today is one of the proudest moments of my life, because Salford is my city and Salford University is my university. So thank you so much. So I want to start off really by recognising the amount of imagination, creativity and intellect that there is in this room. If we could bottle the achievements that you've all made, then, you know, I really think that we could change the world almost overnight. And I'm so excited to be in your company. But it's not just our graduates today. It's also recognising, I hope, the background, the support and the drive that you've all received from your families, your friends, and the people who've worked so hard to get you to the place that you're in today. And I hope that as we recognise you with your degree certificates, for every single person, we also recognise that there is a whole set of people behind them, really urging them on to success. And that's what I want to say a few words about today. As Sheila said, I was born and brought up here in Salford in the 1950s and 60s. Seems a long time away now, but the world then was changing really fast, just as it is now at a kind of breakneck speed. And my mum and dad, Dorothy and Arthur's with us here today, which I'm absolutely delighted about. Dad, thank you so much for coming. But my mum and dad, I like to think of them as kind of part of Kennedy's generation, that generation after the war who hadn't had opportunities for themselves, but were absolutely determined that their children would be able to do better than they did to get on in the world. Both my parents left school at 14. They didn't have the chance for further education, let alone higher education. But they wanted their children to do well and have opportunities that they'd never had. My dad, Arthur, amazing man, intelligent, wise, incredibly hard-working, and a really great person in my life. And my mum, Dorothy, as you've heard, she died, unfortunately, of Alzheimer's 5 years ago now. But she's here with me today and always. She was what would have been described today, I suppose, as a bit of a tiger mum. She said to me, if you work hard, and it was always prefaced by if you work hard, the world's your oyster. You can do anything, you can be anything, you're as good as anybody else. And she kind of inculcated this into us from being tiny, tiny children. And you know, if you say to children, you can succeed, you can do well, you can do amazing things, and if you tell them that every day, it's no surprise that they begin to believe you. But equally, if you don't say that to children, and you say that they're no good and they'll never amount to anything, it's no surprise either that those children sometimes fail to achieve the potential that they're capable of. So, my mum and my dad, actually, they drummed into us that education, education, education was what mattered long before Tony Blair ever thought of that phrase. My mum and dad were absolutely on it. But they also, not just education, they loved poetry, they loved music. My mum in particular loved art. She won a scholarship to the Royal College of Art. But in those days, with no money, how do you take up a scholarship in London? Absolutely impossible. But she never lost that love for beauty. So I do believe that it was my parents' determination and grit growing up in Salford, which gives you amazing resilience. It's those kind of qualities that enable you to go on and to be successful. And I had some good luck as well and good fortune. So I did qualify as a lawyer. I became a councillor, a member of parliament, and eventually a government minister. I'm not sure you're meant to go from a 2-up, 2-down terraced house without a bathroom in Salford to be a cabinet minister. But maybe our politics would be a little bit better these days if we had a few more people round the cabinet table with a bit of a grip on the realities of ordinary working class people's lives. We shall see. But it is a great honour to represent your hometown. And again, that happens very infrequently these days. And I do genuinely believe that if more people had the privilege of representing where they're from, with their roots, with their values, again, we might see a little bit more reality in our political life. I'm looking around this theatre now, and I'm thinking about the days when we fought to bring the Lowry Centre to Salford, and it was a battle, you know, bringing the Lowry Centre to a place like Salford, theatre and millions of pounds of investment. Were we getting above ourselves? You know, did we not realise these kind of things go to massive big cities in the south? But we fought to get the Lowry Centre. And the pivotal thing that made us a success, rather than the other people who were bidding for it, was the children of Salford. They made a video. They didn't just direct it and produce it and write the script, they appeared in it. And they made a video about why art and music and beauty was important to them as children growing up here in this city. And that video had the judges in tears, absolutely in tears. They could see the raw talent that there was in our city, and we won. And similarly, bringing Media City to Salford again changed the image of the city dramatically, almost overnight, from a place that was seen as tough and hard to a place that really did have the ability to dream and imagine and create in a way that nothing else had given us. So the university played a huge role in helping to support both of those bids for Media City and for the Lowry Centre. And the university, obviously, as many of you will know, started off as a technical institute at the beginning of the century and only got recognition as a university in, I think, 1967. But what the university's done for me throughout that period is it's remained rooted in the real world. Yes, it's been able to dream and to imagine, but it's always been practical about how do we help students get into the world of work? How do we help them get qualifications that mean something in a very fast-changing world that can keep them up to date and keep them relevant? And I was thinking about, in the last week or so, about the Apollo moon landing. I think we've all been thinking about that, haven't we? And that was really literally aiming for the stars. And yet, if I think about some of our scientific programs that we have here at the university, in particular the work that we're doing around robotics, it is just absolutely world-class. It is leading that kind of development. So we don't have to just keep our feet on the ground. It's great that we do. We also have to have the imagination and creativity to be able to dream those dreams that all of you are going to go out and achieve. My more recent experience at the university, as Sheila said, has been with the Institute for Dementia, and I'd just like to make some thanks. I'd like to thank Professor Anthea Innes, who's been our first director. I'd also like to thank Margaret Rowe, who's the Dean of the Health and Society School, who can't be with us today, but has been an amazing champion. And also I'd like to thank Helen Marshall as the Vice-Chancellor, because you don't get to start an institute for dementia, you don't get to bring together researchers unless you've got leadership from the very top. And that leadership has enabled us to get a leading research programme at the university. Dementia is an appalling disease. It robs us of the people that we love. And 1 in 3 of us in this room today will get dementia. And I believe passionately that we need to have far more investment in research. Dementia only gets 20% of the research that goes into fighting cancer. And yet it's a disease that destroys the lives of hundreds of thousands, not millions of people. So what we've done at the Institute is create something that I believe is unique. It's led by people who are actually living with dementia, people who have the disease, their families and their carers. They determine the research programme, they evaluate the research, they take part in all of the activities. And there is nowhere else in this country, and I believe globally, where it's people with dementia who are at the centre of an academic research programme. It's something extremely precious, and I've been privileged to be able to be a part of that, and I will continue to champion it as an Alzheimer's ambassador wherever I possibly can. Now, I want to finish really with something that Sheila and I didn't share our speeches today, but she mentioned the fact that when I was 6 years old, they came to film A Taste of Honey in our street. And it just made me think about my mum, because my brothers are 3 or 4 years older than me. And the director came to the end of our cobble street, and there was a great to do because, you know, a whole film crew and all the thing that goes with a film crew, the whole street was really excited. And he said he wanted some extras to appear in the film. So my mum, being a good, proud, working-class woman, she put our best clothes on us, sent us out into the street, and she said, here they are, they're two of the best children you're ever going to find for your film. And the director took one look at us and he said, no, these two won't do, they just won't do. And my mum was horrified. She said, why not? Why not? My children can be in this film. And he said, they're too clean and they're too tidy and they look too presentable. What I really want for the film is some kind of scruffy, snotty-nosed urchins. And so my mum was devastated. But, you know, she was very, very creative. She took us back in the living room. She put smut on our noses. She got our old clothes out, made us look like scruffy urchins, sent us back out. And the director had no option but to include us in the film. And there we are in the credits, bouncing balls, singing about the Ali Ali-O. And she was absolutely overjoyed. And so for me, that kind of sums up our life. We always had special things. We had no money. We always had special things. And if I think about A Taste of Honey, actually it was a really brave film in the 1960s. It tackled mixed-race relationships, it tackled teenage pregnancy, and it tackled gay sex long before it ever became possible to do that. So I think the film, for me, was a bit like Salford people, and very much like the university. It was brave, it was provocative, it was challenging, but it was full of love. And that's who we are. So thank you so much for honouring me today. It's been one of the very, very best days of my life. Thank you.
We will now commence the presentation of the Postgraduate Awards from the School of Environment and Life Sciences, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Professor Sheila Pankhurst, Dean of the school, to present the PhD Awards.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Environment and Life Sciences, I present for the award of Doctor of Philosophy with the thesis titled Evaluation of Anti-Malarial Chemotherapeutic Practices and Outcomes in the Southwest Region of Nigeria, Oluwafemi Akinzola. For a thesis entitled Expression and Characterization of Recombinant Human NEAL3 from Escherichia coli, Mustafa Salam Abalazi. For a thesis entitled Immune Biomarkers of Clinical Outcomes in Patients with Major Trauma, Basma Alarakia. For a thesis entitled Large-Scale Workforce Relocations, what are the opportunities to influence travel behaviour towards sustainable modes? Andrew Binder. For a thesis entitled Aging in Dogs, Canis Familiaris, and its relationship to their environment, Luisa Mascarenas Ladea Dutra. A thesis entitled Barcoding and eDNA Metabarcoding of a Rapidly Changing Neotropical Freshwater Fish Community, Nayara Guimarães Sales. A thesis entitled The Effects of Tumour Necrosis, Factor Alpha and Interleukin-1 Beta on Intracellular Calcium Handling and Contractility in Sheep Ventricular Myocytes, Natasha Elise Hadgraft. The thesis titled The Role of Resistance to Varroa destructor and deformed wing virus in the European honeybee, Apis mellifera, Jessica Kevill. The thesis entitled The Role of the Human Endonuclease, 8, like 1 and 3, in the repair of DNA replication blocking lesions, Peter Ryan Martin. The thesis entitled A Multidisciplinary Investigation into Arsenic Contamination in Rice, Rice Preparation, Arsenic Knowledge and Risk Perception, Tazila Mwale. A thesis entitled What Stud Books Can Tell Us About Captive Breeding Programs, a Case Study of Cheaters, Asinonyx jubatus, Isabella Rodriguez Noduera, 40. And a thesis entitled Biochemical Characteristics and Antimicrobial Potential of Seed and Nut Oils Against Staphylococcus aureus, Olopapamlarin Yangamodu.
We will continue the presentation of the postgraduate awards from the School of Environment and Life Sciences, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Dr. Richard Armitage, Academic Lead, Geography and Environment of the School of Environment and Life Sciences, to present the awards.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Environment and Life Sciences, I present for the award of Master of Science Research Biochemistry, Amjad Shawak Al-Mulahi. James Ibbotson. For the award Master of Science Research Environmental Studies, Ellen Corrie. Junaid Jamvari. Julian Tang. For the award Master of Science Biomedical Science, Hannah Ahmed. Zaira Akhtar. Ayla Algeri. Vatshala Chandran. Jamila Hamza. Sam Hay. Faria Osman. For the award Master of Science Biotechnology, Manura Amir. Zaira Muftakar. For the award Master of Science, Environmental and Public Health, Zainab Tambuala Bello. Cheryl Birchenough. Mayyak Noor Emmanuel Ekong. Bilkisu Mohammed Chuchazi. For the award Master of Science, Environmental Assessment and Management, Tomid Alawazu Agada. Barbagida Bala. Marta Kirati. Megan Davies. God's Power Sundi Ibar. Tommaso Fossati. Mohammed Azan Safwan bin Haji Saidek. Sabine Kalita. Rukieo Shuaidu. For the award Master of Science, Molecular Parasitology and Vector Biology, Sandre Nedi. For the award Master of Science, Safety, Health and Environment, Aliu Danazumi Ahmed. Uchenna Anagor. Nonyi Lum Rachel Aziki. Mohammed Zana Bultu. Greg Doran. Partner Doobie. Bukola Bozi Fatili. Creedy Ugocha Olivia Dandy. Hamza Mohammed. Mohamedou Bello Tuno. And for the award Master of Science Wildlife Conservation, Matthew O'Donnell.
We will now present the Undergraduate Awards from the School of Environment and Life Sciences, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Professor Jeff Hyde, Academic Lead, Biology and Wildlife, School of Environment and Life Sciences, to present these awards.
you. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Environment and Life Sciences, I present for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Geography, Jennifer Best. Nathan Cartwright. Lucille Coverdale. Ross Paul Hudson. Lauren Mary Jackson. Hannah Mary Kelsall. Abida Patel. Warren Pindar. Jack Reynolds. Edward Smith. For the Bachelor of Science with Honours Biochemistry, Ismail Basharat Ahmed. Kashaf Ahmad Beg. Luboslava Zarieva Choneva. Jessica Collins. Ruth Kazia Elizabeth Cowell-Barlow. Niall Horner. Adam Jolly. Sarah Camuletta Caletta. Bethan Machin. Humgagashali Moyo. Amy Olivia Prince. Isla Josephine Taylor. For the Bachelor of Science with Honours Biochemistry with Studies in the USA, Nicole Marie Hoyles. Jack Lysut. Elliot Henry Nichols. Iwan Vaughan Roberts. Rebecca Stapley. With Bachelor of Science with Honours Biology, Asif Ahmed. Nazia Hussein Begum. Sean Paul Brierley. Davina Darji. Lucy Dillon. Robson Daniel Henry. Farouk Hussain. Imran Khan. Anissa Falak Simran Mahmood. Henna Jabin Malik, Jasmine Heather McPhee, Asha Mohammed, Sarah Mohamed, Hannah Cowan Robinson, Charlotte Shaw, Jacob Robert Stretford Johnson, Georgios Sinicola, Munira Umar Adem. With Bachelor of Science Honours with Biology with the Studies in USA, Elliot Dorrington. Liam Michael Egan. Alexandra Follett. Lauren Karouche. Sarah Elizabeth Rooney. With Bachelor of Science with Honours Biomedical Science, Joshua Lee James Abbott. Mohammed Amin Abdullah. Nima Aktarafi. Raja Suman Ali, Kamal Amar, Shuba Anwar, Asia Ayas, Mamadou Seydou Ba, Ilfra Bardon, Holly Barrington, Adrian Jack Beck, Ruxana Begum, Rosina Alklima Begum, Alexander Boyle, Bethany Dawn Bulpit, Matthew Bushtahan, Ross Carroll, Jasmine Cordery, Yun Chang, Shamita Chetri, Carmen Cusack, Joy Godwin Dan Abia, Christina Danisovska, Hraide Das, Amar Eliahi, Camilla Lufe, Independence, Femi Balugan, Amy Foster, Bethany Jane Game, Mary Joy Guerrero, Heshini Gunasekara, Bilkis Hassan, Lorna Horton, Ansaf Hussain, Umar Hussain, Hasib Iqbal, Sharoon Iqbal, Alia Jabin, Ais Kaplan, Mudassar Hayat Khalik, Iraj Khan, Faisal Khan, Sidra Khan, Fariha Khatun, Maruk Khurshid, Tanjima Kohinoor, Goethe Kotzi, Giuseppina Osei Afrani Kojo, Jessica Lidate, Sarah Maria, Amama Mahmood, Hani Abuldakir Mohammed, Atika Atif Munir, Anita Apoku Zaki, Lana Osman, Suraya Tamiteo Osoma, Rahimur Rahman, Sarah Rizvi, Amber Salim, Sumaya Rahman Salma, Fatma Sawalim, Rawan Shaheen, Roshil Shahid, Eva Simpson, Debbie Shonaki, Matthew Christopher Squire, Mahfuza Talima, Anna Maria Tiplia, Yemaraye Gillian Tsutsuma, Olivia Willits, Ifra Yassin, and Sadia Zeb. I present for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Biomedical Sciences, awarded posthumously to Sophia Benning. Before I invite Sophia's family to collect the award, I'd like to invite Dr. Caroline Topham to say a few words.
Thank you. I'm here with mixed emotions today. I feel a huge amount of pride and joy for you all and what you have achieved that we're here to celebrate today. But I also feel sadness for those who cannot be here today, and I know many of you in the audience will be feeling the same. The person I'm thinking of today is Sophia Annabel Benning, who we lost in March of this year. Sophia was a final year biomedical science undergraduate in the School of Environment and Life Sciences and has made her mark on many of us, students and tutors alike, with her intelligence, warm humour and quiet confidence. We were honoured to be able to attend Sophia's funeral in April, a beautiful and very moving event. Whilst there, it was no surprise to us to learn that Sophia was a star student throughout her school years, constantly seeking to improve her knowledge and achieve excellence. That was our experience of Sophia. Her work here at Salford was consistently first class, including her research project investigating novel treatments for childhood brain cancer, which I had the pleasure of supervising towards the end of last year. Sophia had an enormous capacity to not only absorb complex information and produce excellent work herself, but to also support others to achieve the same. She was able to do this because she was kind and clever and inspired respect and love amongst her peers. This was further evidenced by the fact that so many of you wanted to attend her funeral and pay your respects, and we thank Sophia's family for giving us the opportunity to say goodbye. It's very clear that Sophia would have been successful at university, collecting a first-class degree certificate here today. And it makes us very proud to see what you have all achieved this year, alongside dealing with the loss of your friend. We're very happy that Sophia's parents are here to collect her degree certificate, and we invite them up to the stage now.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I present for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Environmental Management, May Al-Shazirazi. Lauren Delaney. Cameron Fisk. Liam Greenwood-Dean. Den Peng Huan. Lisa Kamara. Bachelor of Science with Honours Geography, Zaid Abid Wahid. Joshua John Ballard. Thomas Dando. Georgia Frost. Alicia Lord. Holly Quincy. With Bachelor of Science with Honours Human Biology and Infectious Diseases, Nancy Honita Achampong. Sakina Ahmed. Al-Bandari Mohammed Al-Khaldi. Tayyib Amin. Sarah Hayward. Emily Jane Louise Holden. Rehan Hussain. Nabil Ibrahim. Bethany Kerridge. Isabel Leah Mealy. Kerry Ann Moss. Harriet Nichols. Hayden Alex Parr. Lydia Thelma Polua. Kelly Reddington. Christopher Shield. Amina Sohail. Alex Wildsmith. Bachelor of Science with Honours Medicinal Chemistry, Babatunde Agagabulve. Usba Ali. Shazia Begum. Jade Blavins. Niall Jason Deeks. Humaira Gajra. Matthias Yadish. Nurul Moshin. Karwan Rostami. Muhammad Sahek. Lydia Charlotte Topham. For Bachelor of Science with Honours Pharmaceutical Science, Mohammed Faisal Ahmed. Amara Akram. Tahira Begum. Aaron Bresky. Fiona Mary Davin. Joseph Dobiecki Davis. Crow Gafford. Sophie Head. Hajara Hussain. Humaira Ibra. Samina Jamil. Isya Arij Khalik. Anna Mitunikova. Heather Norman. Mariam Raza. Daman Shi Said. Caroline Sikeros Peggs. Sabah Shah. Mart Kevin Siakongro. For Bachelor of Science with Honours Wildlife and Practical Conservation, Melissa Ball. Joe Birch. Catherine Davis. Luke Hammond. Hannah Elizabeth Mead. For Bachelor of Science with Honours Wildlife Conservation and Zoo Biology, Lida Abri. Sarah Louise Allen. Catherine Beeston. Polly Bolton. Helen Rebecca Chambers. Ella Grace Christie. Laura Clavin. Charlotte Cookson. Jessica Catherine Dahl. Eva Dragluska. Niall Duffy. Emily Rose Dunbar. Catherine Alexandra Duncan. Katie Emsley. Julia Evans. Kirsty Adele Fools. Sarah Louise Gartland, Nathan Gibbs, Caitlin Grady, Mia Sarah Greenwood, Glenn Hancock, Storm Rose Heaven, Madeline Hill, Rachel Hilton, Anna Jean Maria Hall, Jake Jackman, Sally Jacobs, Jenna Lavin, Juliet Marshall, Hannah McSweeney, Bethany Moore, Joseph Morphew, Lauren Norton, Hannah Noon, Jake O'Rourke, Molly Parkinson, Heather Ann Pedley, Laura Kate Phillips, Laura Prail, Helen Rawson, Abby Louisa Saul, Darcy Shaw, Elliot Alexander Shaw, Flora Shepherd, Emily Somerville, Charlotte Speck, Nathan Talbot, Florence Washburn, Emily Westran, Jamie Marie Whitley, Rihanna Lynn Williams, Rona Wood, Molly Wright, Sevim Yildiz, for Bachelor of Science with Honours Zoology, Jake Astle, Daisy Barrow, Ellen Collins, Lena Din, Nikita Dixon, Amy Rebecca Edmond, Jordan Guinness, Heather Huskisson, Amber Johnson, Olivia Jones, Imogen Lowe, Kelsey Amanda Marat, Simone Lillian McIntyre, Natasha Morell, Samantha Jane Ravenscroft, C.Y. Lauren Ballingett C, Neoma Turson, Amy Rhea Tung, Kirsty Louise Walker. For Bachelor of Science, Biomedical Science, Lauren Shaw. For Bachelor of Science, Pharmaceutical Science, Tanaka Jambeya. For Bachelor of Science with Honours Biomedical Science, Rebecca Faye Bailey. For Bachelor of Science, Human Biology and Infectious Diseases, Anam Khalid.
Graduates and distinguished guests, that concludes the presentation of the awards from the School of Environment and Life Sciences. Before I invite Deputy Vice-Chancellor to close the ceremony, I would like to inform you that we'll be taking a group photograph of all of our new graduates outside the theatre on the piazza. Therefore, can I ask all guests to remain in their seats until all the graduates have left the theatre? Graduates, can you please follow the academic procession straight out of the theatre at the end? Thank you. I would now like to invite the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Richard Stevenson, to close the ceremony.
Well, thank you. As I said at the start, I hope that you will take away some special memories of this special day. It is your day. I have one favour to ask of you, and then I have one duty before we close the ceremony. My favour is, you will have noticed as you moved around and were ushered into the auditorium, a number of people in red gowns and people in red T-shirts. Some of those people work for the Lowry, but the majority of people in the red gowns are members of our professional service staff and members of our Students' Union who volunteer en masse every year to make your ceremony a special event. They are so proud to engage in your day with you. I'd also like to draw attention to the musicians that played for you and our other students that have been engaged throughout this ceremony. This is the last of our ceremonies this week. It's the 10th of our ceremonies, and these people have been working so hard all week on your behalf and on behalf of the ceremonies that have gone before. So the favour I have to ask for you is you have to magnify yourselves tenfold, because you're representing every ceremony that has taken place this week. But I would like you to join me in thanking all of these people who have helped contribute to the ceremony today and across the week. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I have one duty to perform now, and that is to just ask our graduates to very quietly just stand for me, please. Nearly quiet. And while I just tell you again how very proud everyone here and lots of other people are elsewhere, proud of you for your achievements, would you please put on your hats? And ladies and gentlemen, I give you the graduating cohort from the University of Salford 2019. Congratulations. I now declare this ceremony closed. Thank you.